I want to start out this video with clips of the 1997 Mustang Advertisement. I think this is really cool that there's a black GT that's exactly like the one that I just got. 97, same wheels, everything. And so Danny Johnson had sent this to me and I thought it was really cool. So here again, here's the clips with the black 97 GT from the Ford commercial. And so I really like that, how it's basically the same car. So here are those clips again. Anyway, a little update on the car. You can imagine that it's been real filthy from sitting. This goo coming down the window I think is actually from the aftermarket sound detonation stuff they put inside of the car to make it really nice inside. But anyway, I'm going to have to get that off. It wouldn't come off with a wash, but I did wash the car because it really needed it. It's been sitting for a few years and it actually looks a lot better now that it's clean. You know, a black car definitely gets dirty fast, but there's a lot of oxidation that I was washing off just with the hose. I'll probably power wash it and do some more on the detailing side of things soon. But the real problem is that the car has a noise in the engine, and I knew that when I was able to go pick the car up. And so here's a little demonstration of what it was. Of course, I didn't run it long like that. I just need to hear what the noise is. And so I took the valve cover off on the driver's side where most of the noise was coming from. And I checked the slack and the tension on the chain, and the chain seemed fine from what I could tell. Usually those tensioners can break, the plastic ones, but I looked through and the only thing I could really see was one of these valve lashes had a little bit of play in it right here. The rim of the valve lash was loose. And I thought, oh, well, maybe that's where the problem is. And so I decided to trade out a few of those with an extra set that I had. They're actually Danny Johnson's, so I went over to his house and I got them out of a Terminator head that he had sitting around. And I also want to mention that he had a good video on how to take these valve lashes out on his YouTube channel, and it was very helpful to me. When it's in the car, it is a little bit different than having the head on a table. And so I was able to use a screwdriver to push on top of the valve spring in a different way and wedge it down to get it off. But anyway, he has a good video that basically shows how to do that. I swapped all those lashes out, and then I went ahead and rotated the crank with a breaker bar and made sure that everything turned nicely, and it did. Everything looked fine, but the only thing I wanted to do at this point was run it with the valve cover off and see if I could see any issues with the valve train. And I know I was going to make a mess, but I did it anyway. And so I went ahead and changed the oil because I didn't want to contaminate it too much, and all I was going to do was just turn the car around, reposition it in the driveway. And they said sometimes with those valve lashes you give it some RPM and it'll help them fill up with oil. And so I tried that and drove it around the block real quick, and it didn't help much. And so I actually had a friend tell me that one of my other friends in Vegas was selling this whole drivetrain out of an '03 Mustang GT, and so I thought I might as well go ahead and buy that while it's available and probably use it in the car. But I did want to go ahead and get this while it was available. I'll diagnose the engine some more and see what I can do, but this was just a nice little trip down to Las Vegas to pick that up real quick, and I went by the racetrack. This is right when you're getting into Las Vegas. A lot of good memories there. So I went ahead and picked up that engine and brought it home with me in the Tahoe, and it was 108 degrees and it was real hot and everything, but beautiful drive through the gorge. And here is the new drivetrain for the GT, and so that's a little bit of the update for now. And yeah, this is a PI engine, but this engine in the GT is also a PI swap engine with the 5.0 stroker and cams, and so it's already kind of there. And the automatic that's in this GT doesn't work anyway with the speedometer because it's out of a newer Mustang anyway, so it's not really much different than what's already in the car, just more stock. So I just want to get that engine, and we'll see how that goes. So that's a little update on the 97 GT and what I'm doing with it, and I'm starting to take the old engine apart, take the timing components off even more, and see what we have, and possibly use this as the new engine for the car. So stay tuned for more of these videos and the update on this car.